There are some people who claim it's very unlikely that life on Earth arose as a result of natural processes with no intention behind them. So they argue that this didn't actually happen, and therefore life was created by a god. Now, this argument has a lot of bluster, but there's not that much substance to it. It implies that the probability of life being created by a god is greater than the probability of life arising naturally. In order to prove this claim, you would have to calculate the probabilities for both outcomes and find that creation by a god is more likely. Yet when I ask the proponents of this argument whether they've actually run the numbers on this, they come up empty-handed. They have not shown that creation by a god is more likely. They just expect us to accept this without any justification, and I don't see why we should. But even if we did agree that the probability of creation by a god far exceeds the probability of life arising naturally, that doesn't mean life really was created by a god, and it does not preclude a natural origin of life. A very small probability is not the same as a probability of 0, and improbable events are still possible. Consider the probabilities involved in your existence. Think about how unlikely it is for that one particular sperm cell to have succeeded in fertilizing an egg, creating the zygote that became you. Think about all the major and minor influences throughout your lifetime that have made you into the person you are, nudging you towards this very moment where you find yourself watching this video. Clearly, it's very improbable that the specific series of events comprising your life would have occurred as they did. So obviously this couldn't have happened, and you don't exist. And yet, there you are. These countless improbabilities have done nothing to prevent you from existing. Indeed, they're the reason that you are who you are. The fact is, very improbable things happen all the time, and this can be easily demonstrated. If you have a die, roll it 60 times, making a note of each outcome, like 2, 1, 6, 2, 3, and so on, until you have a series of 60 outcomes. Do you know what the chances are of receiving that specific sequence of numbers? It's about 1 in 48 billion, trillion, trillion, trillion. That's 1 in 48 followed by 45 zeros. It's astronomically unlikely to get this particular series of outcomes, and it's much more likely that you would get any other series but this one. Now, does that mean it didn't happen? Of course not. Even though the odds were beyond microscopic, that did not stop it from happening. Things are not impossible just because they have a low probability, and this argument from improbability completely fails to prove creation by a god. More than that, even if we did accept that something is impossible if it's improbable, and a natural origin of life is so improbable it must have been created by a god, what does this say about the god? It would be very unlikely for a deity with the ability to create life on Earth to arise naturally, so it must have also been created by a god of some sort. And what about that god? The alleged need for creation only serves to undermine the very idea of a creator, and this entire argument provides no useful answers whatsoever. It has no real foundations, it misrepresents the meaning of probability, and it ultimately accomplishes nothing.